Hello guys, welcome to Viva Barca, welcome to the home of everything Barcelona, and welcome to the home of every Barcelona lover. Guys, after failing to secure the signature of wijnaldum, of course, which Paris Saint-Germain won the race for him just recently, rumors of a potential alternative have been flying up right, left and center, and of course today we're going to be discussing about two players of which Barcelona have been reportedly eyeing them as replacement for Wijnaldum, who have been lost to PSG. Firstly, it's Fabian Ruiz, who plays for Napoli, of course a fantastic midfielder. Then also Lorenzo Pellegrini, who plays for Roma, of course a fantastic midfielder as well. So given the fact that both of these players aren't even free agents, a deal for Barcelona with any of them is unlikely if you ask me. Secondly, we are going to be discussing on some recent interview made by the president of Paris Saint-Germain, of course, who spoke about Barcelona, spoke about the interest of Messi. Of course, we know they've been interested in Messi ever since, and of course he's trying to reiterate his stance that he has not given up the hope of signing Messi. Of course, we all know Messi have not made any official statement, neither Barca, and the contract is still to be, signed. He spoke about those things, and also he spoke about something, concerning Neymar trying to blast Barcelona, that Neymar was not even supposed to come. Neymar have never liked to come to Barca back, and many other things that he spoke that is very interesting we know about. And finally, we'll be discussing about Sergio Busquets, who just recently tested positive for coronavirus yesterday, Sunday morning, and that have left his Spanish teammates, the national team of Spain. All of them have gone under isolation. So the match they were supposed to have tomorrow Tuesday, the friendly match, has been postponed. So we'll be discussing much on that as we progress. So guys, as we get right into those interesting stories, please do well to click on that subscribe button if you haven't, or if you are new to this channel, and please ensure you watch this video to the end to get more insights about those stories that you won't want to miss. News that Barcelona looks set to miss out on Wijnaldum emerged on Sunday, and within hours the rumor mill had once again churned out the possibility of Fabian Ruiz moving to the Camp Nou instead. The midfielder is now one of Barcelona's priorities this summer after losing out on Wijnaldum, and the club has already spoken to his entourage according to Catalonia radio. However, Barcelona realized it won't be easy to land the 25-year-old. They know Napoli wants money, and president of that club can be a tough negotiator as well. All of which suggests a move is highly unlikely, with Barca strapped for cash unless they can offload a few big names for some decent prices, which would be difficult in this current climate. Even then, there is also talk about Barca going for a top centre-back to help strengthen the defense. Jules Koundé, Aymeric Laporte and Matej Delic have been all mentioned. Fabian Ruiz is also a player who is likely to attract interest from a host of other clubs. Real Madrid and Man City have been regularly linked with the Napoli midfielder. Barca may struggle to compete with other clubs this summer, as we have already seen with Wijnaldum reportedly offered a far more generous salary at PSG. And for the second alternative that Barca are setting their eyes on, sources close to media house Dario AS have reported that Barca have AS Roman midfielder Lorenzo Pellegrini on their radar as an alternative option for Wijnaldum, who looks set to accept a deal from Paris Saint-Germain and make a last-minute move to France. With a verbal agreement in place for the Dutch midfielder for around 2 weeks, Barcelona have scheduled medical tests for Wijnaldum, with reports stating that they were also ready to send a medical team to Holland to join the national team facilities and speed up the process. However, PSG swooped in and offered the Liverpool man a far more lucrative deal that he will now mostly likely accept. As a result, Roma's Pellegrini is now on Barcelona's list of targets, albeit not as an immediate priority. The Catalans are aware that the Italian contract expires in the coming summer, which would make the operation cheaper. But with Jose Mourinho's arrival in the dugout in Roma, his plans for Pellegrini and his inclusion in the squad may play a very big role. Lorenzo Pellegrini was one of Roma's most pivotal players in the Serie A season and other competitions gone by in the 2020-21. He racked up a total of 47 matches played with the Italian outfit, scoring 11 goals and providing 9 assists. Off the back of a successful campaign, Pellegrini has subsequently gotten a call-up for the Euros with Italy. However, a good outing with the national side during the European Championship could likely spark a more keen interest from Barcelona. On to the next story. Paris Saint-Germain president Nasser Al-Khelaifi has seemingly not given up hope on signing Barcelona's forward Lionel Messi. Despite having the opportunity to depart the Catalan outfit, reports have suggested that Messi is now very happy to sign fresh terms at the Camp Nou. However, with an agreement yet to be made official, speculation will persist regarding a surprise exit for the legendary Argentine. PSG are one of a number of clubs who have been linked with the attacker, and Al-Khelaifi have acknowledged that he is an admirer of the player. Speaking with L'Equipe, Al-Khelaifi said, "What I can say is that all the great players want to come to PSG. It isn't possible to sign them all because we already have great footballers in our squad. Having said that, Messi is Messi, a fantastic player." Al-Khelaifi's comments have been made at a time when he has also insisted that Kylian Mbappe will not be allowed to leave Parc des Princes this summer. Talking about Barca, he did not only end there. He took an aim at Barca, and their attempts to resign Neymar, claiming that the Blaugrana have financial issues and the Brazilian never wanted a Camp Nou return in the first place. Neymar recently renewed his contract with PSG until 2025, which has essentially killed Barcelona's dream of reuniting him with his old friend Messi. Barcelona tried very hard to sign Neymar, Al-Khelaifi told L'Equipe. "Obviously, we rejected their advances. I think the club have some financial problems, but that isn't our business. Barcelona had always loved Neymar, and that isn't a secret." Neymar didn't want to go there, even though he wasn't completely adapted to PSG or Paris, but if you call him now, he will tell you he's happy at PSG. And on to the final story of this episode. Spain's preparation for the European Championship have been thrown into chaos after Sergio Busquets tested positive for COVID-19 on Sunday morning, forcing the squad to go into isolation and to pull out of the final warm-up game against Lithuania on Tuesday night. Spain faced an anxious wait to see whether other positive results emerge over the next week. With the PCR test carried out daily, an outbreak could put their participation on the Euros in risk, forcing the entire squad into quarantine. Spain's players, have not been vaccinated, despite the request to the health ministry. Busquets played an hour against Portugal on Friday evening, increasing concern of the virus spreading into other teammates. Although all the other members of Spain's 24-man squad tested negative on Sunday, COVID protocols have been applied in accordance with UEFA and Spanish Health Ministry guidelines, which means all players and staff have to isolate in their rooms in Spain's Las Rozas headquarters. Individual sessions will replace normal training for the next 4 to 5 days. Busquets, the captain, was removed from Las Rozas in medicalized transport and returned home at Barcelona, where he will have to spend 10 days in isolation. That takes him beyond Spain's first game, against Sweden on Monday, June the 14th. But he could return for the second on June 19 against Poland. According to UEFA rules, Luis Enrique has until 9 p.m. on June 12, 48 hours before the first match, to replace Busquets or any other player on medical grounds should he, consider it necessary. He was the only coach not to name a 26-man squad, but is not allowed to add 2 more players now. The test showed that Busquets' COVID level was low and he was asymptomatic. He wants to return once he has tested negative and his quarantine is over. The federation is identifying those he had close contact with, understood to be people who were within 2 meters of him for more than 15 minutes at a time. He joined the national team last Monday and has been part of that bubble since, opening the possibility that he caught the ball or that he introduced it. So guys, with that we come to an end of this episode. Thanks a lot for watching and I hope you did enjoy the video. If you haven't clicked on that subscribe button, please ensure you do so to always stay up to date with everything Barca here on Viva Barca. Until next time, bye bye.